All right, I got a little different one for you today. So, the name of the channel is Watson Hertz. And in the description of the channel, I've also noted that I do play guitar, obviously. So, this week I ended up getting a new guitar and wanted to go ahead and show this one off a little bit. This one is a Leo Jaymz, which that is backwards, SG copy. Comes in a multitude of colors. I picked the white. There's a black, a red, a purple burst, a green to yellow burst, a highlighter green-ish, yellowish. It's obnoxious. So a lot of different colors. There's also a blue. I was debating on this one, the black or the blue, and the white kind of stuck out to me, so I went ahead and got it. So this came in a couple days ago, and I've been playing around with it a little bit and wanted to go ahead and show a little bit of what this one is, how it sounds. Let me pull up the specs on this guy real quick. Yes, I have a computer right there that I'm going to pull specs so I can give you the right information. Helps if I pull the right screen up. There it is. So poplar body, maple neck, laurel wood fretboard, standard frets. They're not the stainless steel or anything like that. Standard tuners. We'll get back to these here in a minute. I have some thoughts on those. So, two pickups. And it doesn't really say much on the pickups, unfortunately. The actual listing that I purchased from is on Amazon. And we're going to go ahead and just show this guy here real quick. I'm doing this all live just because I didn't feel like editing today. So you're getting the raw, uncut, after work type stream, but not really a stream, you know, that type of thing. And we're going to stick me down in the corner down here. Hey, I'm down over here. So this is actually the listing that I purchased from Leo Jaymz 39-inch solid body electric guitar, poplar wood, so on and so forth. And you've got the black, red, the highlighter greenish, the green to yellow, which I did kind of like, but I'm not a big fan of that color combination. I wish they offered the purple burst in the see-through finish. The blue, purple, the American flag one, which is actually kind of cool, and then the white one that I ended up getting. So let's go ahead and we'll pull me back up here. So with this guitar, it arrived great shape. Packed really well. Came in a good sized box with what I like to call the coffin or the sarcophagus, the big foam packing around it. I don't do unboxings. The box is over there. I'm not going to dig it out. So across the board, guitar feels great. I did do one minor adjustment to the bridge. I did bring it up ever so slightly, just because of my personal taste. Peeled the pickups, and then peeled the pick guard. Now, a couple things that I wanted to point out. The tuners. Leo, do better with the tuners. These have a giant gap when you try to tune. It actually takes a while. So if I plug in right now, there's there's that much gap. So when you use the tuners on this, there's a huge gap in how it tunes. Very big dead zone. So that has to change, has to be something to consider to replace unless you can deal with it. I'm going to go ahead and switch them out eventually. I found some double locking Wilkinsons that I'm going to go ahead and throw on here that they don't use the thumb screw lock. They actually use a 2-hole method that you feed through and then back through. And I'm going to use those on this instead. Fretboard. Fret ends are actually really nice. It's slightly rolled on the fretboard edges, and the fret ends are dressed really well. No snags, no real rough edges at all. The neck is bound. It has a cream binding on the neck. The back of the neck is finished, which I will probably sand down a little bit to degloss it because I prefer a satin finish neck. I'll keep the white on it, but I'll go ahead and degloss it. Didn't find any finish issues except for one. Right here, inside the neck, inside this actual cutout, has a little bit of a matte finish. Everything else is gloss. This has a bit of a matte finish. So am I going to return it over that? No. The price of the guitar with the coupon was $129. I'm not going to fault this much finish here for, you know, a guitar that is $129. The neck is a bit of a baseball bat, so it is thick. To give you an idea, let's get out the old calipers, zero those guys out, and width-wise, width at the nut, we are 43 millimeters. At the 12th, we are 53.3 millimeters. So it is wide. And the other thing about it is, well, I shouldn't say it's wide. It's Gibson width. The thickness is where it gets me. So some people like to measure the fretboard on top of the fret. I'm not going to. I'm going to go fretboard to the back of the neck, 22.8 at the 12th fret, and probably very similar to that at the nut. So it is a chunky neck. I would give it, it's a C-shaped neck. It's, to me, it's thicker than what I'm used to. I've got this guy right here. Actually, this one right here. That's a Firefly. And that has a thinner profile neck than what this does. So just personal preference on that. So, anyway. Overall, not knocking the guitar for the price. It is fantastic. It's, you know, for somebody, if a kid were to get this as a first guitar, back when I first started playing, and that would have been 40 years ago? Yeah, that long ago. If I would have got something like this 40 years ago, this would have been perfect. This would have been a great guitar to start out on. Sound-wise, I can't argue with the pickups. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of tone here, so you guys can hear it. I'm running through a NUX MG30 bridge position. Bridge position. It still is off. There. So let's go middle position. And neck position. So tone-wise, it's not a bad guitar at all. I've got tone knobs are turned all the way up. Volume is up on both pickups. They're not extraordinarily hot pickups. We can go ahead and do a measurement on them, but if I remember correctly, they're around 13K on both pickups. Don't quote me. You can look it up on the listing itself. So, a little bit of dirt. Let's go to this preset. Back into the bridge position. Back the volume down just a little bit. And we'll go to middle position. And neck position. So, would I recommend it? Yeah, why not? If you've got a kid that is wanting to play, or if you're a first-time player, just getting started, you can't go wrong. Jaymz has put out some really good instruments. I've got one of their kits over there in that rack down there. I was their Strat kit that I went ahead and put a different pick guard on. I put a little different set of pickups in it. I went with 3 single coil sized humbuckers, the rail style, and sounds great, plays great. It was $109 when I bought it, and I think I put $25, $27 into it, with the pick guard and the pickups all came as a kit, and well worth it, well worth the money. It's something to play. I might even pass that one over to my son who wants to learn how to play. Or I'll get him one of these. One of these, there again, I'd have no problem giving him one of these. So, if you guys get a chance, I can leave a link to this in the description below. It's going to be an affiliate link, so if you guys do order one, I'll make about this much off of it. And I appreciate if you use the link. But beyond that, something different for the channel. So if you guys want to hang out for a little more of this type of content or my radio content, be more than happy to have you come along for the ride. For now, we'll say thanks for watching. Have a great one.